we got to start selling that. Like, we got to start selling a studio lamp. And we call it anabolic light.
Anabolic light?
Yeah, anabolic lighting.
Oh yeah.
There's, I'm thinking we're going live with this one.
Yeah, we need more strongman gyms. That's true. We need more of them. Because believe it or not, when you have more gyms where people came live for powerlifting and strongman, the regular people will also join. Because there is training with a free show. So look, so what we did, you saw that. The guy that is there working on the bar came here, standing there, just watching us doing the lock. So, and I find out when we have more of these, that's actually more entertainment to watching girls in skinny bullshit clothes.
That is like, I understand completely.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing. What I kind of hate is that you're being sort of abolished for doing things you're supposed to do at a gym when it's like, you sweat too much or you lift too much weight. You know, it's like, dude,
that's what
are we at a gym or where the fuck are we? We're not at the library.
Yeah, that's what I have. And I don't know what the name of the gym is. I was lifting, and I was maybe 220, 230 on the bar from that lifting, and I dropped it, and I don't let it fall like from this height.
Yeah.
So I go like
Just kind of
just drop it. So and everything above 200 makes noise.
Yeah.
So there is. It doesn't matter if you have bumper plates or if you the weighted plates, the competition plates. It doesn't matter. They make sounds. Above 200, it makes sounds. So and when they came to and rush to you and say, "That's not allowed, bro," I'm just lifting weights. Leave it alone.
Ridiculous.
So that is
Absolutely ridiculous.
yeah, absolutely. And I don't like it at all because pointing the finger to persons that are actually there for a reason.
Yeah.
So I saw that often that we have persons they grab the towel for doing triceps exercises on the lat pull downs and pull it and just pull it and grab another one and just pull it. And then there came people to him and asked him, "Why? What the fuck are you doing here?" He said, "Bro, I learned myself to pull a row, so there's no other option to do it. So I find a way to do it by myself. So there's nothing wrong with it. So don't judge a book by its cover. So it's
Absolutely. I 100% agree.
so and that's what I love in these sports. It doesn't matter if it's powerlifting or strongman. When you're totally a person that don't look like other persons. Maybe for example you have green hair with purple points in it. Everybody say welcome to you. You're always welcome.
Yeah.
Everybody's welcome into sport. It doesn't matter how you look. Or the most important thing is respect, and that's what I really love. That you're being kind to everybody, and then you can do what the fuck you want. So, and that's really a thing that is a pleasure for everybody, and it is a big mistake for huge gyms to say, "Oh, we don't like these people here." Because actually they are more social than other people. So yeah, we are focused on our things, but after it, to be honest, you're sitting there in the corner, eat a lot of shit, talking to the people, being nice. They have a lot of entertainment from us, and that's it. So
Yeah. Because what is actually, because I've been meaning to ask you this, what is actually the reason, or how did you get into strongman? And what does it mean for you in life? Because I'm actually really interested to kind of get to know that.
oh, about the story, what brings me to this?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's actually pretty funny. Because I was from the beginning of my life, I was very competitive. So when you tell me, for example, we are sitting in my garden and eat some cherries, and you spit out the stone that is into the cherry. I think, look, it's 2 meters, and I think, no, take the measure. We measure it out, and then I can spit wider than you. I'm completely into it. So, and I do fighting sport for a while when I was 18, 19. And then I'm switched to bodybuilding because in fighting sport it was like, yeah, okay, I was too old to being in a professional, and the coach tells me, okay, you can be a bad professional or a really good amateur. And I think like, okay, that's not the spirit and that's not what I want.
That's not what you want to do.
Yeah, and then I want to go to the bodybuilding, and then that's what I told you, that I have the bad experience, that it is only by money and subjective, and I think like, I put so much work into it that a fat person that never lifting weights before say, oh, you don't look good. And I think, okay, that's actually not fair. So, and then my cousins, and the guy that we meet here before, Joey, he was like, oh, what's about powerlifting? So then I started powerlifting, and then I find out when I was in competition in Germany, there are way more than only powerlifting. There's also the strongman stuff. And then I remember, oh yeah, when I was younger, I watched the things on Eurosports, and I watched it a lot with my grandfather and my father. And then I found out, oh, why I don't do this? Because when I can lift heavy when I was on my diet, I also can lift heavy when I eat a lot of. So yeah, then I give it myself a shot because Joey brings me to Alex moment. And then Alex tells me, yeah, it's okay to train here and it's okay, we can do this, but do me a favor, I want that you compete by competition. So, and I said, okay, and I said, and when you show me that you really want it, then we can talk about working together. So yeah, then I was there. I think it was the 5th place that I made there, the first time that I ever did a competition in this. And I was so shocked that it is possible to do things like this. I was 260 in my deadlift PR the first time. I was like, wow, everybody was yelling at me, screaming my name. The crowd was everybody was so friendly. And also the guys that I doesn't know, I only meet them the first time in the competition, and I fall in love with it. It is like, that's fair, that's true what it means to be a hard worker, and everything that you put into you get it out. There is nothing, so yeah, there is no money into it, that's true, that's sadly true, but everything that you put out, you get it back, definitely. And I meet so many people and I have so many decisions in my life that I make by the sport and for the sport that gives me so many things. That's priceless. There's, even when I drive or fly to other countries to have a competition there, it gives me
like fulfillment.
Yeah. It gives me more than every sport that I did before, because it is like, that is the real passion that the most of the sports today really lost. So when you saw something like boxing for example, so boxing became for me not that impressive that it was before, because now we have guys like Jack Paul that goes there and pay a lot of money that he can beat an old guy like Mike Tyson. But thankful for that, Anthony, that you beat the shit out of this guy, because I don't like this. Because when we have more people like this, like, oh yeah, I get into it because I have a lot of money, bro, that's actually not the spirit of the sport. You need to start at the lowest and kick asses and go to the top, and then you can show up that you're really the person that needs to be, that is ready to stand there for show the world that you are really deserve to be on the top. Not I have the money, I can buy the pro boxer for a promo fight. I don't like it at all. So that is what I mean. The most sports today are so ruled by money, and I find that really nasty. That it's actually not the truth of a sport, because
It's not the true nature.
yeah, that's so normally. So okay, it is that people can yell, some people taking something and some people don't. Yeah, so in some kind of sports you have the option, so you can do it or not, because there is no rule for it. So it's up to you what you're gonna do. If you make it or not, it's up to you. So when you want to start in a tested league, you can start with the tested athletes. So that's also possible. So but the money thing, it's too nasty. It's okay to give the athletes the money. That is an honor for them to show them. Okay, you pay a lot of work, so you get a little bit back for it, because actually you make a big show for it. So now, and that's the biggest point, that we need more competitions that are actually became famous or more famous. Because when I talk to persons about SCL or OSG, most of the people doesn't know what it is. I find that really sad, because actually it's a blast that we have competitions like this, because that is the same with in soccer, when you have Champions League and you have the worldwide. So I think that is important that we have more like this, and more people that are actually need to need to act like real athletes. Because normally when a person came to you and asked you, oh bro, I hear you do strongman, so you say, prepare myself now for the Dutch championship, so I want to be the strongest in the Netherlands. So that sounds serious. But when you ask a person, the answer from the strongman athlete is like, yeah, but it's actually not that heavy that it sounds. And then, bro, why you don't take yourself not serious enough to stand there and tell the people the truth what you're actually doing? Because that is so much pressure on your body. That's so much that you take, and that's so much that you need to put into it to get a little bit out of it. So that makes you possible to lift that shit. And yeah, when the people by themselves not are ready to say, yeah, I'm a pro athlete or I'm a professional, that's the point that it starts. So everybody needs to be more strict with it being an athlete. So when you ask me, I say, yeah, I do strongman sport as a hobby, but I do it on a professional way. So I every time
You approach it with professionalism.
yes, exactly. That's what I mean. So when you tell the people this, you will find out this moment you say it like this, they taking it more serious, and that's the way it needs to start. Because when you tell them, oh yeah, I just do it as a hobby and it's actually not that crazy and it's a sport not a lot of people know. Yeah, when you speak it that small, then people don't believe it's actually not that impressive. But you saw that what we did on the Saturday, that is actually crazy shit. But the most of the people say, oh, it's actually not that crazy. It's actually not that heavy. It's not that impressive. Yeah, it's not that impressive, but we are living in a bubble where are persons that are lifting 400 kilos like nothing. So that's the point.
I do completely understand what you mean, and I think you're totally making a very solid point. But I can recognize myself in that, like, wanting to kind of stay modest because you don't want to, you don't want to talk bigger than you feel like you are. You know what I mean? Because that's the big thing I have. Like, I notice that I can be insecure sometimes, especially when people are coming up to me and say, "Oh, it's crazy shit you're doing." I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to talk it bigger than it is. You know what I mean? Because I want to kind of stay. I don't want to be like talk too big of myself. You know what I mean? But I completely understand what you mean. And about that, how do you see your trajectory in the sport? How do you see yourself in like 5 to 10 years?
Oh, I hope. At first, I hope healthy. I hope healthy. I steal it from you. It is like knock on the wood. I never had never had a bad injury. Only just things that are in a few weeks are gone. So I hope that it stays for a while. The only thing that gives me a little bit hope that I can do it for a long term is that the biggest checkup that I make with the doctor is that he tells me that my biological age is way more or less than I actually am old now.
All right.
So it is like I'm 34 now, but we find out I'm in the middle of 20s, so from the biological age. So that's good for me, and I hope that it stays for a while like this. So then also the joints and everything is healthy. So and I hope that I can do so much progression that I can compete more in the internationals so I want to compete in the OSG as well. Right. So I think not next year, but 2027 I really think about to start there.
So you mean the World Championships at OSG?
Yeah, the OSG. You need to do the qualifier per video, send them to OSG, and then it's possible to compete there. So I want to compete there. Not next year, but over next year I want to compete there. So this next as 2026 is for me to collecting a lot of experience. Yeah. So I want to compete more than I actually need to.
All right.
But more in internationals than in the nationals. So you see my dirty ass a lot of in the Netherlands, and in Belgium as well, and maybe also in France. I want to. There is one guy in Germany, Volker Bauer. That's the strongest man in the -105 in Germany, and he's a good friend of mine. I really like him, but it is like the best thing to honor somebody in the sport is start against him and try to beat him on the sports way. That's what I want to do. I want to compete.
Sportsmanship.
I want to feel ready. That I say, okay, now I go and I want to beat you in the German championship in the -105. So and I want to be in the top 10 of the -105. Maybe better in the top 5. So but focusing more internationals. But I find it so important for athletes from their nations to compete international. Because,
promote.
yeah, to promote your country, that the world looks on your country, and also and the athletes there came from there. Because when you're the biggest fish in your lake, that doesn't mean shit. So you can be, when you're in German, the strongest man. Okay, cool, nice. But when you not go to STL, when you're in the opens, or when you don't go to OSG, nobody has any benefit from this.
Yeah.
So it is important. I think that it's more than important. It's really your, what is it, the deine Aufgabe?
Yeah, I believe I do know what you mean. Kind of
Huh?
your,
Yeah, or I would say it like this, it's your mission
Yeah,
to
yeah.
promote or to push your country forward when you're an athlete that is able to compete international.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
that's what I think. So,
Alright.
and it's so easy to connect in these sports. But to answer the question is, I really want to be a good athlete in the internationals, because yeah, that's what I say. National level it's okay, but international is always higher. And it's important for your country to go out and promote your country. So that's what I think, because when nobody knows that your sport is big or famous in your country, nobody looks at it. You know that the strongman scene is so small. It is important to be loud, to show yourself, to make I'm so done. Content.
kind of
Yeah.
you just gonna make content promoting.
Yeah, that's
I understand,
important.
yeah.
So, sure, you can connect it with your own business idea. That's smart, yeah. But important is it that you really push it forward, and you saw how easy it is. Once we train on a weekend together,
Yeah.
now we're doing videos together, and it's like, so is the way it goes. And then it going forward, it is also better when you know more athletes and you can say, oh, I make my own competition. If you want, so you can join. So I know you have a far way to drive. You don't have to pay the sign-in taxes or something.
So networking is just always
Yeah.
important.
Absolutely.
That's basically what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
And if you had to strictly answer, do you have a specific end goal in this sport? Do you have like one thing in mind that's like, that's really what I need to have achieved before I lay down the sword?
Before I lay down, I think at first is there must be a lot of things happen that I lay down the sword. As for me, it is like you need to force me to lay it down. But yeah, I want to be one of the strongest athletes from my country in my weight class.
Yeah.
Even if it means I'm in the top, only in the top 5, because I know there are some guys that are really crazy strong. And but in the end of the day, everybody is beatable. So that's what I think. Everybody has his good days. Everybody has his bad days. So consistently, working on being one of the strongest in my class in Germany. That's what I think that is the biggest goal. But what I love more than being the strongest in my weight class is bring that lovely sport more famous. That's
Bring the passion to
yeah, that the people see, okay, bodybuilding is not the only thing that you can do. There are so many more sports with weights that are so lovely and they need more attention.
Because that's pretty much what you're doing right now through all your social media channels,
Yeah.
just promoting the sport, bringing the passion
Yeah.
to the people, just really
That's-
putting it out
I
there.
love that. Because
Spreading it.
Yeah, for sure. Because when I saw the best story, I know she's a little bit shy, but the best story for it is my girlfriend. Because she was starting with 58 kilos, so really thin, less power, and yeah, a little bit in a shitty mood. And the sport pushes so through all that shit and give her so many
More energy.
and totally different person now. So and I love to see it, how it makes her life better, only by doing totally different. Like normally the girls go to the gym, I want to have a flat belly and a big fat
ass.
yeah. That's actually, but the thing is you can have that as well, because when you want to look good, that's possible. But it is also possible to being strong, fit, and effective with
A
what
better
you can do.
version of yourself,
Absolutely.
objectively feel better. You're saying it's just there's more dimensions and factors to it than a lot of people take it as and go into it with.
Absolutely. I'm also a big believer in that when more people do these sports, more people get. That's the same with fighting sports. It gives you a strict direction of what is right and what is wrong. and you're clear. You have a clear mind because there is hard workers getting that attention that they actually deserve. So, into the strongman bubble that is like this. So, and when you find out, oh, crazy, I'm there and I work and I get a lot of things back only for my hard work. Everybody's immediately into. Normally, you go to work, you work for your boss. You do the work. Nobody came to you and say, "Bro, you do a good job."
Just get your paycheck at the end of the month, and
that's it. Yeah.
But in this, you get feedback. You know, you get like when you're doing something right, you're getting feedback. When you're doing something wrong, you're getting feedback. I understand.
So that is the same with the last time we trained together. There was with the giant dumbbell. You give me advices and tips and tricks to doing it, what I collect for myself. But today was a little bit the opposite. So I say you did the big Z press and stuff. So that's what I mean. And I think that gives so many things back to the humanity that we completely forgot to push each other, to help each other. It's like going to the neighbor and say, "Oh, can you help me with that? Can you help me to fixing the car?" For example. So here's the same. Can you help me with improving my technique or something else? And everybody is so ready to help you.
This is something that I agree with completely. And I think that's not just in the sport. That's like in all facets of life nowadays. There's a big thing that I think is like when someone, you know, back in the day, when you had like small villages and stuff, someone moved into a new neighborhood, they introduced themselves to their neighbors and stuff. That doesn't happen anymore. Everybody's to themselves. Everybody keeps everything.
So the house of the neighbor is burning down. The neighbors. Oh, hello there, and just go into the house.
As long as mine doesn't burn down.
Yeah,
You know?
and I find that so sad. When I saw there's an old lady in my neighborhood put the groceries into the house and was struggling with that, I help her immediately. When I saw that I sit in the car, there's a woman struggling to get up the stairs, I help her. But when I saw that, how often that happens, none or less. Yeah, and I think like, bro, when you go into the strongman scene, you find out, oh bro, everybody's helpful. Even the persons that doesn't even need to do it. It's like persons that are really famous into the sport. I find so many strongmen that are famous and they are so high in the sport. Believe it or not, they are so kind. It's like, oh yeah, here's my number or here's my Instagram. Just text me and I help you with that. I think, bro, you don't have to. Why you help me with this like in this kind of gently way? It's like, yeah, I know how it goes. I know what it is, and I know the struggle. So there's for me no reason to help you. Crazy shit. So, but go to a soccer player that is paid millions, and ask him if he comes to you to help you to, kick a ball into the gate. You don't get an answer. You don't get even a red heart for the message. They don't even see your message. That's what I mean. It is really, really close to the people. And in these days, everybody losing it. So it is like, oh, there is an old lady. Some people try to steal something from her. Nobody helps her. So as a strongman, you stand there to the small people that try to steal something and say, go the fuck away, leave the women alone. And they leave her because they are afraid of that something bad can happen. So it is also a thing that it brings it with you. That is protection also. And I think that is a thing that more people need to learn. It is not a crime. It is not a crime to being strong. It is a crime to being weak and staying weak. That is a crime. And when you don't fight against it, yeah, you already lost.
Yeah, you're gonna lose, exactly. Yeah. Because that's another thing I wanted to ask you about. Because you're a financial advisor, right? Or what is your? Because you're as a job.
Or I'm selling insurances.
You're selling
insurance.
But
at the moment I selling insurances, but I do it 50-50 at the moment. I'm giving 50% of PTs. And, and 50% of selling insurances. But when the PTs going higher and higher and higher, I cut the selling insurances more down.
That's exactly what I wanted to ask you about, because that was what this question was leading into. Because how are you looking to make a career out of this, and really kind of are you looking to really go further in this than just having it as a hobby? And, just kind of the way that I'm doing it right now with setting up my own brand. Is that your idea as well? How are you looking at yourself going
the idea behind was I want to help people. I want because the reason why I want to do selling insurances was I want to help people because it's struggling. Selling insurances is a thing that is a lot of really difficult for some people. They have no clue what it actually is. So and I thought, oh, okay, I can help them when something bad happened. They are safe. Everything is covered by the insurance. Yeah, selling something and selling something is not the same. So, and I find out that is a thing that helps people in some situations, but not on the way that I want to help people. I find out so many people are running around and having so many bad things. Their blood pressure is too high. They are too, it's nasty to say that as a strongman, they are too fat. But do what I say, not what I do. Yeah, it's actually true. And when I find out, their cholesterol is too high, and there are a lot of, even when I saw women when they're taking the anti-baby pill, their estrogen makes them totally different. There's so many negative effects from the things that we are find normal these days. And I don't want to go there and say everything is bad now. Stop eating this and stop eating this. Everything can kill you. No, I'm not that type. I want to tell the people the right way, what it is possible to eat, what is good for you, what is not that good for you, what you can eat sometimes, what you better eat not because it's too hard, chemical and bullshit. And also help the people to staying fit and looking good and feeling good. So I have that so often that I help people with training systems and stuff, but I don't take something from them. So that's a thing. But in the end, I think okay, when I want to help them really, I need to spend more time with it. So in the end, I need to take a little bit because everybody needs to eat. Obviously. So that's what I think, and that what I take from them is so less that I say okay, it is not that much, but not too less. So when I have a right number of clients, I can easily say okay, I quit selling insurances and I only have the whole day, the whole week, the whole month time for helping the people with everything. Because I don't know if it has every guy that giving coaches and PTs, but when I standing there and I saw the results of the clients, bro, that gives me so much thing. That gives me so much love. I love that. I really, when I saw the videos they sent me every week, and I see another 5 kilos and better rep PRs, really PRs, and it's like, I really love that. And I love it the most when the people are like, are you sure that it works? And 3 months later, bro, that works so well. Look at this, and I feel like, bro, that makes my heart warm, really, and I really love it. And that's the reason why every time when I give some people an advice, that is not like, I know it better than you. It is like, maybe try it in this one, maybe that helps you. And when the people came later back to me and say, oh, the tip that you give me helps me very well. And I was like, I love that, really appreciate that. That gives me the love that I want back from the work that I put into. So and the most people, they do something only for the money, and get up, money, they totally lost it. They totally are nothing less and nothing more than slavery in the system.
I understand, and actually, if you break it down, you really just took a step back to take the insurance company out of it because you're like right now you're selling health insurance for people who have health problems. And what you're doing by transitioning to coaching and PTs, you're actually taking a step back and prevent them from getting unhealthy and sick in the first place, pretty much, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, true.
That's basically, you're helping people in a totally different but even more constructive way. And you're doing it with more passion and more commitment, more fulfillment that you're getting out of it. So, dude, I think that's really great, and really...
So I think that when people saw us, they think like, I never can do this like what you do. Yeah, that's not the goal. You have to think about we are athletes.
What do you want to do for yourself? That's important.
Absolutely.
That's exactly the same way that I approach it because I'm now getting into coaching as well. That's exactly for me. It's also just I want to live life the way I want to live it.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, how can I basically make my own success by helping other people get theirs? So, and that's basically the same thing. It's like, how can I help people live life their own way so that I can live my life that way?
Absolutely. That's also cool. So when you have a person, for example, when you have the first client with your coaching, and maybe it is a person that working in the office, you say, oh, I have always back pain. And you fix that so well, it feels like, bro, I sit there maybe longer than normally, I don't have back pain anymore. And you know, and we both know that it's so fast fixed by so easily exercises.
Absolutely.
But the most problem is that the people, they have no clue. They can calculate everything. They know a lot of languages. It's only by sitting there in the school and getting taught by things that they only need once in the school time, but actually in lifetime,
No practical knowledge that you're
That's
actually
what I
going to use later in life.
yeah, teach them how to cook, teach them how to eat well, and teach them to go out, what it is means, okay, now maybe in this case I get fat, okay, what can I do to lose fat, what I can do to get healthy, to stay healthy. That's the biggest problem in these days. But the most people standing there like, oh, yeah, there's the Nutri-Score, it says, hey, I can eat that easily. Yeah, bro, okay. You can easily eat that, yeah.
That's kind of where, you know, we come in and kind of educate the people better on, you know, how to fix that and not, you know, fall in that trap, pretty much. All right, dude, that's absolutely awesome. I'm glad talking to you.
Always.
Alright you guys, so I really hope you enjoyed that video. I at least had a lot of fun filming with Jerome. We're probably going to do some more collabing stuff in the future. And for now, as I've said in every video prior, we are actively trying to become better content creators and put more entertaining and more quality content out there for you guys. Because, you know, stuff like this, I still got a Christmas tree behind me that my mom still got up, is absolutely unacceptable. We are actively looking for Enfocer Athletics headquarters so that, you know, we've got a more professional and standardized place to film from and do all of our stuff from. So yeah, but for now, please you guys, subscribe to the channel, stay tuned, like the video, go to the website, enfocerathletics.nl, that will mean a ton. And yeah, we will see you guys in the next video.